The Salvation Army continues to do the most good 1 year after the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, states a newspaper in Alexandria, Virginia. As a record number of families face ongoing threats of pandemic poverty, the Salvation Army remains committed despite operational and functioning challenges for charities. The Salvation Army continues to address the long-lasting issues of homelessness, poverty, and hunger, which have intensified and become more complex due to COVID-19. The Salvation Army was able to modify operations to meet urgent need in creative and localized ways. In 2020, more than 225 million meals were served through food distribution programs that included safe drive-through and home drop-off options. This is in comparison to 146 million meals in 2019. In our Melbourne core, we serviced 35,899 individuals receiving food, bread, milk, hygiene products, clothing, blankets, and furniture, as well as other necessity items. We also had several drive-through food distributions throughout the summer and even into the fall. Safety measures were put into place to abide by the CDC guidelines with mandatory mask wearing as well as contactless distribution. As clients were met at the door, they were asked to remain in their cars or outside while waiting for services. The majority of our clients are characterized to be families who live paycheck to paycheck. The Salvation Army will remain focused on vulnerable homeless families and financial resources to focus on keeping people in their homes through rent and utility assistance. Now listen to a story of how we've helped one of our local clients in the Melbourne core.
At one point I had my grandchildren staying with me, and my husband was unable to work. He became disabled, and as a matter of fact, he's finally going to get his disability, but they were going to shut my electric off. I mean, it helped me a lot, Salvation Army. When I stopped working because I had a CBA, I needed help with my power bills, my electric bills. They've always come through to help me with the electric bills when I needed it, and food.
The Salvation Army provided more than 1 million nights of shelter specifically related to COVID-19. The supply was lower than demand due to social distancing and safety protocols to prevent the spread of the virus. In response, the Salvation Army launched a national phone hotline to provide people with emotional and spiritual care. Over the last year, the Sue Pridmore Center has provided 9,039 nights of safe shelter for 73 women and children and served over 15,000 meals. Cities come in all shapes and sizes, along with differences in geographic area and demographics. 80% of the donations stay within the community it is raised in to help the needs in that area.